All right, guys, let's stop talking. Dude, Donkey, dude, Donkey, so quick, shit. I didn't even do a little lowdown on what the video is and shit. Goddamn. All right, guys, let's stop talking about how gross my pimple is and how I should pop it on stream like a Cartoon Network thing where it goes and like it goes into the camera. Instead of that, Donkey did a video on Stray, which I want to look at. Before the video begins, in case he has like a hot take that everyone's now going to jump on and say, I have that fucking opinion as well. I thought Stray was kind of mid and pretty buggy, and the movement was nice, but some of the movement was trash. I don't know what else to say. I thought Stray was pretty mid, so hopefully he echoes this, because I've been saying Stray was mid for the longest time. And now if he says it and everyone's like, oh, hey, great, Donkey. Yeah, Stray was mid. I'm going to be so mad because everyone was just echo chambering the same fucking opinion. And I was the only one with a differing opinion. And now that someone has a differing opinion that's popular, if everyone changes their opinion, I'm going to be pissed.
Stray is the new game from publisher Annapurna. But is this new game really the cat's meow? Or are gamers...
Stop. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. We're leaving.
Let's get this out of the way. In this game, you play as a semi-realistic 3D cat. Just for that, this game is an automatic 10 out of 10 for most people. Honestly, one of the best games I've played. Gorgeous game I've had.
Alright, I can already tell that he's going to have a very similar opinion to me.
Looks like the best indie game I have ever played. The question I want to pose is, would people still care about this game if you didn't play as a cat? No, they wouldn't care about this at all. But you do play as a cat, and the cat is fun to control. Stray does a pretty good job of capturing that signature cat-like slinkiness. Your movements are very nimble, and a big part of that is because the game cheats for you.
Alright, straight up, before he keeps going. I glitched through the world on 2 occasions, by the way, and had to restart. On a platformer that's kind of... Anyway, continue.
Crossing a beam or a pipe is a foregone conclusion. You don't have to balance yourself. The cat is just going to cross it perfectly every time. Jumping is very knack-like.
We've de-emphasized jumps within that context.
To jump somewhere, you just look at where you want to land, press A, and the cat pounces there automatically. If that sounds limiting, that's because it is. But it also keeps the game's pacing in check and ensures that players of any skill...
I thought the movement was fine, honestly. I thought the jumping mechanics and okay was
There's
nice.
a real novelty in exploring the world as a cat. You could say this.
Because you could jump like any way you really looked at it, and that's what made the movement kind of freeing, even though it is limited, so I thought that was fine.
You can say this. There's a meow button.
Yeah, meow button.
Because you're so small, things like a stack of books or a chair or a pulled-out drawer become your platforms. You can crawl through tiny vents.
There wasn't as many, like... There was one example there where you pull the drawer and you can jump to it. I thought that was sick. But besides that, I mean... Meh. There was like none others, or like no real other things like that, and I think that would make a lot.
Slipperiness and how you can so easily traverse through even the most cramped and awkward terrain.
The music was
However,
nice.
This is not a game that is going to wow you with its mechanics. They are there to mitigate frustration and draw your attention to the fancy graphics and great sound effects. The animation on the cat as he winds up his jump and launches his springy spine out to make a tall leap, the subtle pitter-patter of your paws on the pavement, the way you can dart through a crack in the door. In a game like Stray, those little extra touches go a long way, which is a shame because there's a lot of little things where the developers definitely cut some corners. You can knock all sorts of items off of tables and ledges, but these items don't have a proper sense of weight to them.
Whoa!
Sometimes when you're rounding a corner, you get this slick animation. Other times, the cat will awkwardly rotate his entire body. This was here for the whole game. Robots don't have a stair climbing animation. Sometimes items will magically fly into the cat's mouth. Sometimes instead of doing a cool animation, the screen just fades to black. Ta-da,
yeah.
it happened.
That's when you put the coat on the robot. I was pissed that you couldn't wear the coat. That's what I was mad about. I thought I got a collectible. I didn't even know it was a story item until later. So I was pissed. It's like, oh, a coat. This will look like it'll make someone warm. And I'm like, I want to wear the fucking coat. You couldn't wear the coat, but I wanted to wear the coat. Now, why isn't there not an option for you to wear the coat? And then later, just give it to the robot. Like, I mean, just let me wear the coat. I don't care.
Screen.
Dude, alright, now let's pause again. I really wanted to wear the coat.
These are so lifelike and believable. The constant snapping and rough edges really stick out. In a larger, more gameplay-focused game, I wouldn't even bother mentioning this kind of stuff, but Stray is only 5 hours long and is very clearly emphasizing its presentation over everything else. Something that I really appreciate about games in this genre, like Inside, Journey, Flower, Abzu, is how they are able to communicate their stories entirely through visuals and sound. Stray is the odd cat out here with its reliance on cheapo text boxes which feel like a lame band-aid to cover for missing content. While I did enjoy prowling around its cyberpunk setting as a cat, that's really all Stray has to offer. This is the type of game that should be overflowing with Easter eggs and subtle details which just aren't there. The developers play their entire hand very early and struggle to fill this very short game with enough twists and surprises.
I'd agree.
What the story
was pretty
fails
flat
to acknowledge is I am a cat. Why am I being positioned as a selfless Gordon Freeman type hero battling head crabs for the betterment of civilization? If a cat was going to save the world, it would either be on accident or because they wanted to drink some milk. For an indie game, it's hard to stomach how many elements here feel ripped from the Ubisoft playbook. Stray is not even in the same ballpark as a masterful cat game like Bowser's Fury, nor is it as theatrical and moving as other games in its genre.
I said this game's sick.
I mean,
Have a playthrough of it.
come on. It's better than Bubsy.
Yeah, echoed a little bit of what I was saying, but you know, he didn't touch on the point where the story was so flat and ended so shit-like, and the fact that all the collectibles meant nothing. There's only one ending where it's like an open-ended ending, and there's no like comforting notes for the player. There's always just one bad thing that happens at the end. That it doesn't matter even if you like do something. Like that's just your ending. Fuck you. I don't know. It would have literally been one line of code just so you can like 100% the memories of the companion that's with you, and then, oh fuck it. If you 100% the memories, this is going to be a spoiler. He should live in the end instead of dying. It just makes sense. Where if he's incomplete, he dies. If he's complete, he lives. That's it. It's just an if-or statement, and then the game's got a little bit more depth in it. But I agree that a game like that should have just had like unlimited like little Easter eggs or little things that happen, but that wasn't that many. Yeah, pretty good game though. 5-hour runtime. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I had like 3 people in chat for me for like the whole playthrough, which was sick. But even then though, it wasn't really like that high octane content kind of game.